Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with the review of the UDI U27 Free Loop. This is another one of these 3D inverted flying quads where they reverse the motors so that then you can fly upside down or flip back into regular. And this is one of the better ones that I've looked at so far. I'm a pretty big fan of it. The props, have this 50-50 pitch, so they work as well upside down as they do right side up. And this is a pretty hefty quad. I mean, it's got this big, durable frame on it. It's the same design as an older, I think the UDI U941 or something like that I reviewed. It had, the wheel attachments and everything. So it's the same design, so pretty hefty body, especially with these prop guards on. So it's a pretty loud quad. I mean, the props are working really hard to keep this thing in the air. And then also, as pretty much as I found with all the other 3D quads, it's a little bit unstable in a hover. I think just, with the pitch, the way the pitch of the props are, it's not as good for holding, a nice stable hover. So it drifts a little bit, but not too bad, and it flies really nice. So when you're actually flying it, it's not a problem. The prop guards do come off. You can kind of pull this edge here, and then this pin slides out. However, you kind of need them on there if you're flying upside down. If you want to land upside down, it lands on the prop guards here, and there's just a little bit of clearance, not a ton, but it does work. So you can land upside down and then take off upside down. But if you took the prop guards off, you couldn't do that. But if you weren't planning on landing upside down and you just wanted to fly around, you probably would get quite better luck without the prop guards on. So that you may want to think about removing them. Let's see. Let's look at what it comes with. So we've got a little USB charger here, which I thought was pretty cool. It just plugs right into the charge, or into the in the body here. There's no cable coming out or anything. So pretty nice, convenient little charger there. The battery is a 1S LiPo, 450 milliamp hours. That takes about an hour and 25 minutes to charge with the stock charger. You get about 5-minute flight times with the prop guards on. I didn't even test it with them off. The LVC warning is pretty much, late. It shows up like as the thing is losing the power to even fly. So pretty much no LVC warning to speak of. You've got nice LED arms here. It's white in the front and red in the back, so that's really nice. Good for orientation, and the red LEDs in the back match the red props in the back, so that's pretty cool. The transmitter is a little weird. It's the same design as the UDI U941 or whatever it was I was talking about that had the wheels. So it kind of looks like this, like Batarang PlayStation style thing. Big thumb pads, but it is usable for a pincher. It's a little bit awkward, but not too bad really. You've got these shoulder buttons here on the top. I don't think they do anything on this one. Let me check my notes here. Yeah, these shoulder buttons don't actually do anything. I think they work the camera on the old one, but this one doesn't actually have a camera on it, so those are pointless. However, you can click the sticks here. So the left stick changes rates. You've got 3 different rates, and you've got only one yaw rate, but it's a decent yaw, not too fast, not too slow. And then you can click the right stick and move in any direction to flip into inverted. And oh wait, no, actually, yeah, the bumpers flip into inverted as well. So you can do the right stick and pick whatever direction you want, or you can roll right or roll left into inverted. So that's all the shoulders do, just roll one way or the other, or pick whichever way you want with the right stick. So a bunch of different ways to flip, but it's all the same result. And the controls do reverse when you flip upside down. So flying upside down is the exact same as flying right side up. All your controls work as you would expect, so that's pretty cool. There's no manual mode though, so there is no like true 3D. There's no, you can't do it yourself You can't do a manual flip or, you know, have the controls not reversed so you could, you know, learn what it's like to fly a CP helicopter or whatever. It's all automated, so not a very good one if you want to actually practice, you know, 3D flying of a helicopter or something like that. Oh, and it also has a headless mode. If you press and hold the right stick, that'll turn on headless mode. To recalibrate the accelerometer, this one is one of these ones where you have to do it right after you bind. So once you plug the battery in and then turn on the controller and let them bind, you hold the right stick down right, and that's all there is to it. And you've got to do that right after binding. Once you give, or I think you have to give throttle once to finish the binding, then you move the right stick down. But once you give throttle where it actually spins the props up, you can no longer do recalibration at that point. So a little bit weird there. Oh, and it also comes with a spare set of props. I think I forgot to mention that when I was talking about what it came with. Let's see, what else is there to say? Oh, so the battery here slides into the back of the body, and then you've got that plug in the top there to plug the battery in, so it can be a little bit awkward to try to get to that plug, and I don't know, it's kind of, you know, way back in there, and you have to sort of push on the wires to get the battery into it. So a little bit awkward to plug the battery in, and then there's no on-off switch, so you've got to try to do that and then quick get it set down. So just a little bit of an inconvenience there, but not a huge deal. Let's see, is there anything else to say? Nope, looks like that's all there is to say about it, so let's go check it out in flight. Alright, this is the flight review of the UDI U27 Free Loop 3D Quad. This is a pretty cool little guy, and you can roll into inverted with either of the bumper buttons, roll right or roll left, or you can just click the right stick and then roll whichever direction you want. And the controls do reverse, so it's nice and easy to fly inverted. It's pretty loud because the motors are working really hard with the you know, you got the 50-50 pitched blades, so they work as well upside down as they do right side up, so they've got to work a little bit harder than your normal props. Go ahead and just fly it for a minute. There we go. The yaw rate does not change, so a little bit slow. But I'm on high rate, so there's our pitch on high rates. Not super fast, and again it kind of loses some altitude because of those props aren't using as much pitch, so they work a lot harder. So let's go ahead and go inverted and roll to the right. Now I'm inverted and all my controls are reversed. It's just like flying normal. And flip back to right side up. It's pretty cool because it kind of lunges over. It doesn't just like flip right in place. It sort of does this big like rainbow arc. Oh gosh. And you can, if you click the right stick, you can flip backwards, but now you're facing you, so you got to remember forward is going to be towards you if you do a backflip into it. So now if I flip towards me inverted, now I'm facing me again. Pretty cool. And the prop guards do work to, you can land upside down and then take back off from upside down. It flies exactly the same upside down as it does right side up. Same performance, same controls, absolutely no difference. And this does have LED arms on it, so pretty good LEDs. Let's go ahead and let's look at them in the dark actually. Not super visible from the side. Let's go inverted. Now they're like almost more visible inverted, or at least, you know, when I'm looking down at it. Yeah, not the best LEDs for night flying, but certainly doable. This thing's cool though, man. It definitely beats the Eachine 3D X4. This thing is so much better than that. Alright, well I think that was all there is to show, so we'll take her in for landing. No, that won't do. There we go. Alright, well there it is. That's the UDI U27 3D free loop, inverted, motor reversing, all that cool stuff. That is a pretty fun little quad. Alright, well check the video description for a price and purchase link. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.